Effects of Alcohol on College Students' Performance by Kelsey Hengesbaugh,
Marisa Yehi,
Sharissa Seeger,
Alyssa Baracco,
and Matthew Derrick.
The purpose of this research was to find out consequences of alcohol in students' performance in college. During our college years, drinking has become a ritual to all, if not most students. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism stated about 1/4 of students in college have admitted to having issues correlated to their drinking habits. Missing classes, not being prepared for exams, lacking sleep, and receiving lower grade point averages were just a few of the effects caused by drinking. College students who participate in hours worth of drinking throughout their week may face negative consequences related to their academics. The more a student goes out and drinks, the less time they have to study, do projects, and keep up with daily homework and reading. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, about 1 in 4 college students report academic consequences from drinking, including missing class, falling behind in class, doing poorly on exams or papers, and receiving lower grades overall. In a national survey of college students, binge drinkers who consumed alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely than those who drank but never binged to perform poorly on a test or project as a result of drinking, which is 40% versus 7%, and 5 times more likely to have missed a class, which is 64% versus 12%. According to alcohol research by White and Hinkson in 2013, students who binge drink, which is defined as 3 or more times within 2 weeks, were found to be at a higher risk for alcohol-related consequences than those who did not drink or drank little. Binge drinking has been characterized as the foremost public health hazard for college students by the National Association of Student Personnel Administrators. Alcohol consumption has also been linked to lack of motivation. The International Journal of Preventive Medicine by L. Ansari, Stock and Mills conducted research stating that alcohol consumption negatively affected motivation for academic performance. All of this prior research led us to our hypothesis, which is alcohol consumption by college students is negatively related to their grade point average. We used the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism's definition of a standard drink. A standard drink is considered to have 14 grams of pure alcohol, which equals a 12-ounce beer, 5 ounces of wine, and a single shot of distilled spirits.
The method we used was the convenience sampling method. 90 participants were recruited via email and links on Facebook, specifically current Western Michigan University students. They were directed to a Qualtrics survey where they were asked questions regarding their consumption of alcohol and academic habits like credits and GPA. Using a convenience sampling system, we collected data equally from each academic year. The participants consisted of 19 males and 56 females. The age range was 18 years old to 51 years old. There were 8 freshmen, 11 sophomores, 30 juniors, 24 seniors, and 2 graduate students. The final count of participants was 75 because 15 participants did not finish the survey. For the procedure, we decided on a hypothesis and figured a survey would be the best way to gather our information. We began coming up with survey questions that followed along with the convenience method sampling. We sent out a mass email to the class list, shared our survey with friends, and told fellow students about our survey. Participants were guided to our Qualtrics survey through the links provided by us via Facebook and our email. Clicking to the links, students were able to access our survey. The survey took about 4 to 7 minutes to complete. First, the participants were asked a series of questions about how often they attend class. Next, the participants were asked to answer a series of questions about their drinking habits based on the accepted standard measure of alcohol. The questions were based off a 5-point Likert scale. We received 90 survey responses, but only 75 participants were analyzed because 15 did not complete the survey. We closed the survey after 2 weeks and analyzed the results.
First, participants were asked a series of questions about their drinking habits. We formed our questions about alcohol based on the accepted standard of a drink according to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, which is 14 grams of pure alcohol, which equals a 12-ounce beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a single shot of distilled spirits. Participants disclosed how many drinks they had per day and per week by answering a question from a 5-point Likert scale, with the points measuring 0 drinks, 1 to 3 drinks, 4 to 6 drinks, 7 to 9 drinks, or 10 and more drinks. Then, participants were asked a series of questions about their GPA. Participants disclosed their grade point average from freshman year to senior year by answering questions from a 6-point Likert scale, with the points measuring poor with a GPA of 0.0 to 1.9, passing with a GPA of 2.0 to 2.4, decent with a GPA of 2.5 to 2.9, pretty good with a GPA of 3.0 to 3.4, excellent with a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0, or not applicable. Questions only regarding amount of alcohol consumed and grade point average were used for the results. We ran a reliability test for the questions that asked about alcohol consumption. The Cronbach alpha came back as 0.898, which is deemed good on the Cronbach alpha scale. This means that these questions could be used, and we were able to continue our research. Other questions were based on a 7-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly agree to strongly disagree, such as, I think I could do better in school if I drink less.
To test the hypothesis that there is a negative relationship between a college student's alcohol consumption and grade point average, a bivariate correlation was conducted. Results indicated that there was not a significant relationship. R of 73 equals 0.03, P equals 0.40. Thus, the hypothesis was not supported. This was conducted through a correlation test that indicated there was not a significant relationship, of which the results were not statistically significant. Our hypothesis is one-tailed. Our results were greater than 0.05, which makes it not statistically significant. The Cronbach's alpha of our results of 0.898, which proves to be reliable. Dude, you guys keep laughing and
Our results concluded that our hypothesis was not supported, which says that alcohol consumption by college students has no relation to their GPA. The results imply that college students' drinking habits neither affect nor does not affect their academic GPA. This study just states that there is no relationship between the two variables, which are alcohol consumption and grade point average.
Before discussing future research, some limitations were involved while conducting this study. First, since this study was only administered to students at one college, further investigation is required before any definitive statements can be made about the relationship between drinking and education. Second, when questioning students about their GPA, students may have fabricated their GPA just to make themselves look more intelligent, also known as the Hawthorne effect. Third, the participants only had 2 weeks to complete the survey, which does not give enough time to gather and analyze enough information. Another limitation includes not having enough source outlets. We only used Facebook and emailing to recruit our participants, and we weren't able to use more phone surveys or direct mailing surveys. Lastly, not enough participants completed the survey. With limited time and limited source outlets, our recruiting process was vague. Future research should be directed along the following avenues. First, this study was very limited with demographics. For future studies, investigations should continue preferably on a national sample of college students. Secondly, future studies should examine college drinking problems associated with the participants' past life perspective. For example, several studies done by Burke and Wright in 2005 and Reifman and Watson in 2003 had traced the effects of critical alcohol-related events on alcohol use among college students. An example of alcohol-related events might be age of first drink, family history of alcoholism, drinking behaviors in high school, and the use of illicit drugs. A study along this line using a sample of individuals from early adolescent to young adulthood would generate valuable insight into drinking problems among college students.